When the substitute teacher dismissed us, he asked, "Does anyone here have a computer at home?" "Yeah, we all do, mister." Gary stared directly at me. "Good, especially you with the blue backpack. Your mother's an only child, right?" "How did he know that?" "He handed everyone USB drives, but when I came up, he grabbed my wrist, not my hand. His fingers found my pulse like he was checking if I was real." "Make sure yours goes in your home computer tonight, the one in your mother's bedroom." We didn't have a computer in her bedroom. He leaned close enough that I could smell his cologne. It was familiar. "Tell her Robert says hi." Nobody had ever mentioned anyone named Robert before, but the way he said it made my skin crawl. Walking to pick up, I kept thinking about the name Robert. Why did that cologne smell familiar? My mom was already waiting in the parking lot, which never happened. Her car was running and she had her phone pressed to her ear. I got in and she immediately hung up. How was school? But her voice was wrong. Too high. Too careful. I pulled out the USB. The substitute gave everyone these, but he said to tell you specifically that Robert says hi. The USB fell from her hand onto the floor. She slammed the brakes so hard my seatbelt locked. What did he look like? Her voice was barely a whisper. Brown hair and glasses, about Dad's height, and he had this scar. I traced a line across my left hand. She made a sound like an animal caught in a trap. She pulled into a gas station and grabbed my face with both hands. "Did he touch you? Did he say anything else?" Her fingers were ice cold. He grabbed my wrist, said he wanted to feel my pulse. She was already driving again toward Dad's office downtown, not home, taking corners too fast. "Mom, who's Robert?" She was crying now. Not normal crying, but the kind where you can't breathe properly. Dad was already in the parking lot when we screeched in. He had latex gloves and picked up the USB like evidence at a crime scene. Mom was on the phone saying protective order and violated, and he found us. Dad's coworker Brian plugged in the USB on an isolated laptop. It's spyware, designed to activate cameras and microphones remotely. Wait, there's more. Hidden partition. Files started opening automatically. The first one made my mom scream. Photos of our kitchen taken from inside our house. Our breakfast dishes from this morning. Then more. Me brushing my teeth last night. Mom folding laundry. Me asleep in my bed taken from my doorway. All from the past week. How did he get inside? Dad was calling 911. More folders opened. Videos. Mom in a towel. Me doing homework filmed through my window. Dozens of them going back months. The final folder was labeled schedule. Every detail of our routine. When Dad traveled. When I had soccer practice. Even when our neighbor walked her dog. The police called back. The substitute had vanished from school. They'd found his motel room empty except for one thing. Every wall covered in printed photos of us. Hundreds connected with red string. And in the center, a calendar with today's date circled in red marker. Police traced his phone to another motel. When they got there, they could hear him recording voice messages. "She looks beautiful still. The boy has my eyes." Tonight after midnight when the husband's sleep medication kicks in, the room was worse than the first. Not just photos, but items. Mom's missing running shoes, coffee cups with her lipstick, hair from her brush in labeled bags. But the worst was the wall above his bed. Our family photos from social media blown up poster size with Dad's face scratched out and replaced with the man's. The police found his journal with detailed plans. He knew Dad took sleeping pills, knew our alarm code, had practiced picking our locks. He'd been in our house at least 3 times. The last entry, "Today I make contact. Tonight I bring them home." Robert was my mom's ex-husband. She'd escaped him before I was born and thought we were safe. But last month she'd used an old email for my school newsletter. He'd been monitoring it for years. That's how he found us. The cologne I recognized was from old photos Mom had hidden. Police caught him that night outside our house with rope and a knife. He'd written one thing: taking back my family.